Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. This is Becky and welcome back to Mini Kit Monday. This is the third layout for July 2020. So as you can see here, I am working with quite a bit of scraps. Even when I put my kit together, I did put it together with quite a few scraps in it, just because that's just been my target here lately. I have been this last week getting into the habit of going through the scraps and throwing the small ones away. Before I would never do that. It kind of hurt me a little bit, but now I'm just like, you got too much paper, girl. You just go ahead and throw them out. It's okay. Or recycle them. You know, don't hate on me. So right here, I did take this dotted paper. A lot of these papers, in fact, I think most of the papers I use on this one are going to be from Jelly Bean Soup Healthy Hello. So this one down here, I did punch out some bits in the bottom for a previous layout. I don't even know when, years ago. So I do just use this blue to cover up that punched part. And right here, I have another piece of this paper that had lots of flowers on it. So I am going to be fussy cutting out some of those flowers. Those are going to serve as my main embellishment pieces on this one. I do cut some out here and I'll cut some out later as well. These are the photos that I'm going to be working with. This is Riley. Her face is so dirty. Oh my gosh, it is so cute. I end up calling this Not Afraid, but it's okay. I will tell you here in a minute why I did that. So when I'm cutting out these photos, just to have a little bit of white on them, they're not even. They're like way not even more than I usually do. So I am going to pull out my scissors and rough up the edges, trying to disguise it a little bit. This is really the only distressing part on this layout, but I felt like I needed to have that because I just cut the mat so poorly. So yes, this is how I'm disguising it. I'm just going to go ahead and cut those out. I was initially thinking about putting those photos on the same piece of white mat, but I've been doing that a lot lately. So this time I went ahead and cut them separately so that I can layer one over the other one just a little bit. So I do have this little zip strip right here. This is from a Close to My Heart paper. I think it was just laying on my desk. I don't actually think that was a part of my Mini Kit Monday kit, but it was on my desk. And so I went ahead and used that to fill up the seam. So here you go. This is what I said. I wanted to kind of layer one photo up on the other. Now, one photo is quite larger, more of a close-up on her face, but the one that I layer on top, that's the one I love the most. I don't know why. I think it's just the expression on her face in that one. So I went ahead and layered that up on top. So then I have this pink paper with these cute little stars on them. I took a little bit of it and cut fishtails on either side of those. So I'm going to stick them out the side of the photos. I wasn't really using a sketch on this. Not really. I wasn't using a sketch on this at all. But this is a layout you've seen me do many times. And the reason I went for this design, I could have turned it on its side, but the way that those dots were falling light into thicker down at the bottom, actually I think the paper was originally turned the other way, but it doesn't matter to me. It just didn't look right to me because it looks like it's like a gravitational thing pulling all those dots down, right? So when it had it turned on its side, that just didn't work. So yeah, I do this layout quite a bit, especially if I just have big scraps left. So that is why we're not using a sketch on this one, because that's what I have in my kit right now. Now you saw there, I put my title up there. It says Not Afraid. That is a Pink Fresh Studio font, and I actually am not quite sure if that was originally in my kit or not. That is something else that was sitting on my desk. So yeah. I just went ahead and used that because it was yellow, and I do have quite a bit of yellow on this layout. You can see right here is where I'm pulling in those fussy cut flowers. I also had a little pack of DMC floss wrapped around a bobbin on my desk, so I went ahead and pulled that in. I thought, well, I haven't used thread on something for quite some time. Let's just go ahead and do that. Now you can see when the photos are close up on those thread bits, you can see it's kind of kinky, and that is because I had it wrapped around one of those bobbins, and you know, they're not round, right? They're flat. So every time it folds around, there will be a kink there. I should have, if I wasn't lazy and if I had more time, I should have pulled out a piece of it, got it wet, and let it, put it straight and let it dry that way. And then that kink wouldn't be there anymore. But I don't have that kind of patience, and I don't have that kind of time right now. I know you guys have noticed that this month, especially this month, I have not been having as many videos up as usual. So yeah, time is an issue for me right now. So here I am pulling out my little die cut machine. What is that called? A diamond press, I think. I might have got that off of HSN, I think is the only place I was able to find it. I had a little green piece of paper in my box for my Mini Kit Monday. It was a scrap of leftover paper. So I am just cutting out a bunch of these leaves. They're from a Stampin' Thin Cut from Close to My Heart. I'll show you that here in a minute. And then I go ahead and stamp them. I just did one and tried it out and said, oh yeah, I do like that. So usually when I do the Stampin' Thin Cuts, I will do them on white. This time I decided to try them on a pattern piece because the green was already there. And I think it turned out really good. It's so cute. I do stamp them with the stamp that goes with that thin cut. So I stamped it in the fern colored ink by Close to My Heart. I think it looks so cute. So I am going to put a little something else right here at the top. Again, I did use that DMC floss and it kind of just circled it around. Now, when I fussy cut out these flowers, I didn't have any, well, I think there was a whole pink one, but I didn't want to go toward the center of the page. I used 2 parts from the edge of the page for the pink. So I kind of just pieced it together like it's a whole flower. You could tell up at the top that that is what I did. So I put a leaf over it so it kind of disguised the flaw in that flower part. Underneath this yellow flower, I did pop it up on a little bit of foam tape. So now I'm just going to take all those little leaves that I had cut out using the diamond press and cut out with the Close to My Heart stamp and thin cut, and I'm just going to tuck them in around the page. So yeah, I did not hardly use any of the embellishments that I pulled into the Mini Kit Monday kit, but that's okay. I made my own and it worked. I did put a sticker on there you saw me do at some point. That blue one, it says I love you. It has a little bit of gold foil on it, and I think that is so cute. So here I did pull in all these wood veneer pieces that is in my Mini Kit Monday kit, and I was going to use some of the arrows, and I started putting them down, and I'm like, no, I don't really want to use that. So I pulled in something else to my kit. I ended up going and finding my sequins box, and I pulled in some dark blue sequins. Now, here I'm sitting here looking at this page. It's in front of me right now, and they blend into the background because the background does have those blue dots on it, which I think is pretty cool that it blends in and kind of makes it just look like it's more dots. If you look at it, you can see they're like dimensional dots, right? Because it's the sequins and they're cupped upward. I just think it looks so cool. So to put down my sequins, I like to use the Zots Bling. You can pick those up over at Close to My Heart, BeckyBating.closetomyheart.com, guys. Check the links down below if you want to pick up anything over there to support me and my channel. Again, this is Mini Kit Monday layout number 3. Make sure you check out the other ladies. I'm going to come in live here for just a minute or two. Okay guys, let's slow it down for a minute. When I did this layout, I was using quite a bit of scraps. It was for Mini Kit Monday. It is layout number 3, but you can see right here there are some holes punched in. I am going to cover this up with a piece of paper from a 12 by 12 pad that I don't use. I have not done that part yet, but I am going to. So this piece right here is about 2.5 inches, and then we have the main piece, and then we have a zip strip or a branding strip that runs across here. So I did just use a little bit of this paper. This is from Healthy Hello Soup, as are these other papers. The branding strip is the only paper, well, the branding strip and the paper I stamped the flowers or the leaves on are the only papers that are not from the Healthy Hello. But I just took a small piece of this. It was probably about this size, actually. I think I cut this off of it. And I just snipped it in the middle, fold it in half and cut myself 2 banners so that it could fit under this, just to give me a little something extra. Some of the flowers that I put in here, these fussy cut flowers, you can see they have pink in them, so I wanted to get a little bit more pink, and this is how I went ahead and did that. Now, we were talking about those fussy cut flowers. I took it off of this piece of paper. Again, the Healthy Hello Soup by Jilly Bean. And yeah, I just fussy cut out, you know, 2 big ones. And then I took some edge pieces that were these flowers. They were sitting on the edge. And I cut out 2 halves of pink and 1 of the yellow. And I put the yellow up on some foam tape. This piece right here, it's on a foam tape as well, as are the edges of these. So I saw this on my desk. This is a DMC floss. It is number 726, and I do have it wrapped around a bobbin. I used to cross stitch a lot, so I do have a lot of these flosses. So I did just go ahead and take singular pieces to do that, to separate your floss. I just kind of tap the top of it and they come apart, and then I grab it, a singular strand with my right hand, pinch it together with my left, and go like this. And so now I've got a singular strand of floss. Now with these, because it was wrapped around my bobbin, it goes turn, turn, turn. You can see it's got some areas on it. Let me see, I don't think I have anything that I can really show you. It got some areas on it that are kind of kinked, right? So if this is something you wanted to do and you do not like that kinked look, you would just take your thread, the length you cut off when it's still all one piece before you've pulled any of the individual threads out, and get it wet and just lay it down straight and let it dry, and then you won't have all of these kinks in it. I didn't do that. It didn't bother me that much, but you can definitely see that with the kinks in it, it looks a lot more messy, right? So if messy you don't like, perhaps you want to straighten it out first. That is if you use the bobbins. If you don't use the bobbins and it's just coming out of the skein, it's going to be pretty straight. Okay, so then I had this green piece of paper still left over in my kit. So I pulled out this stamp set. I think this is still available over at closetomyheart.com. BeckyBenning.closetomyheart.com, guys. Don't get it twisted. Becky Benning. It's Z3723. That is the stamp with the thin cuts. I prefer all my stamps to be stamped with thin cuts. Sometimes that's just not a possibility, but that's what I prefer. I used this cute little one right here. And it's so small that I was able to use my small diamond press. I didn't have to pull out a big die cut machine to cut that. I just used my diamond press. And on this one, I cut them out and then I stamped them. Again, it was so small and it's such a simple shape that it was easy to cut. It was easier for me to cut them first and then stamp them second. To stamp them, I did use this ink right here by Close to My Heart. It is called Fern, and it is super cute. You can excuse the front, the top of it. I've been using this a lot lately, and I have been inking edges a lot with that Fern because it's been sitting on my desk, and I reach for what is on my desk. Okay, sorry, I just had a mini burp. That was gross. So I put my title, Not Afraid. This is a Pinkfish Studio, and this was not actually in my kit, I don't think. But I think I had this out for a previous layout, and look, it's getting really thinned out, and I love that. I would like to get 1 or 2 more titles out of this, and then the rest I will probably just, I don't know, put in the trash. So that's what my title is, Not Afraid. And you think, Not Afraid, what? Well, I'm gonna put my journaling here in strips. I'm gonna probably use the French vanilla cardstock because this is more of a creamy color. The background of this is more of cream. So it's gonna say Not Afraid to Get Dirty, and then I'm gonna go in talking about how Riley is an outside kid. She plays in the dirt and the mud. She doesn't care. She is not a princess. She is not. I love that, because I was a real tomboy too, and I got dirty a lot, and I think it is so awesome that she doesn't care if she gets dirty. She's not like, oh, there's dirt on my hand. Nope. She's just like, oh, look, it's dirt. Let me wipe it on my face. It's so funny. She's so adorable. Okay, so then I didn't have these sequins in my kit either. My finishing touches this month, I put in some stars, and I feel like there was something else in there, but I don't remember what it was. But it was not something that worked on here. So I pulled out my sequins box, and I pulled out these Spiegel Mom Scraps sequins. They're called Puppy Dog Tails. Well, it's a peach and an orange and a navy blue. So the navy blue are kind of small. I ended up pulling out just the navy blue, so they're all the same size. They're all, you know, pretty small. They're probably medium sized, because the orange is large, and I think there's even a smaller color in here that's black, which makes 0 sense to me. So there is a sequins in here that's even smaller. I don't like navy blue and black together. That's why I said it makes 0 sense, but that is what is in this pouch. But I did get those navy blue ones on here, and I think that is so adorable. I was going to try to pull in more stickers. I pulled this out because of the yellow right here and this kind of turquoise right here to match these dots. But I ended up forgetting about those, and the only thing I pulled out was this cute little sticker right there that says I love you. So that's pretty nice. Alright guys, after that I didn't do anything else to this layout. I didn't have any splatters or anything. I love how it came out. I love how it came out. No, I love how it came out. I think it's really, really cute. I want to remind you guys to hop over and check out the other ladies. We have Kathy, Dollie, Daisy, Traci, and Shannon. Everybody is going to be linked down below. I will also have my Close to My Heart link down there if you want to support my channel. All right, guys, thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you next time. Bye, guys.